Alan Turing was born on June 23rd, 1912, in Maida Vale, London. He went to college at Cambridge University and got his PhD at Princeton. In his childhood, he displayed an early interest in math and conducted frequent experiments exploring theories at home, and he had no children. 5 interesting facts about Alan are: Alan Turing was a near Olympic level long distance runner, and he nearly qualified to represent Britain in the 1948 Olympics. He also created the concept. He also created the concept of a Turing machine, which would become the basis for the earliest models of computers. And he led the team that decrypted the German Enigma code. He also created the concept of the Turing test, which was an early form of computer based intelligence experimentation. This was to determine if a computer can recognize that if they are a computer or not. And he was also convicted of gross indecency for a homosexual relationship and was forcibly chemically castrated. His contribution to math. So during World War II, 100 people were selected in an attempt to decode the German Enigma cryptograph. At the time, cryptology was just viewed as a literary concept rather than a mathematical one. So when they picked all of the people, only 2 of them were mathematicians that were supposed to be decoding it. And then through all of his experiments and his discoveries, he cracked the code and changed the way that World War II would be fought and their understanding of the Axis powers, logistics, and everything. So applying this to life, Alan Turing is commonly pinned as the father of computer science and AI. Through his theories, experiments, and discoveries, Turing was able to lay the foundation of applying computer calculated knowledge into solving incomprehensible ideas. Through his Turing machine, he was able to develop a computer that computed and decrypted messages. This would later be developed into complex algorithms to quickly decode many forms of cryptography. I chose Alan Turing because his background and life experience through discrimination. So even though he did crack the Enigma code and he is responsible for changing the way the war went, his homosexuality did not really change the way people viewed him at all, and he was still heavily discriminated against, which led later on to him committing suicide at the age of 44. And he also had influence in shaping academic understanding and philosophy through the application of numbers and math in order to solve complex problems. So if that sounds complex, basically he introduced the idea of a computer, a piece of technology thinking for itself and computing something in order to solve a problem. And he influenced the way that World War II